We use the term dwarf in this historical context solely to document, reflect, and honor the experiences of those persecuted specifically because of their dwarfism during the Nazi period. We respect the little people community today, but use the historical term to preserve the reality of these events.
This week on Voices of the Margins, we're breaking down the Black Triangle. The Black Triangle meant asocial, and the Ovitz family wore it. This is their story, and more later on the classification of the badge system. Long before they ever saw the gates of Auschwitz, the Ovitz family was already a legend across Central Europe. Known widely as the family of Jewish performers, 7 of the 12 siblings had pseudo-scientific, who traveled the stages of Romania, Hungary, and Czechoslovakia during the 1930s and the early 40s. Musicians, singers, and actors playing miniature instruments and performing comedy sketches, they mastered multiple languages and ran their own production company and brought joy to the thousands. Inside the grim reality of Auschwitz, the Ovitz caught the harrowing attention of Dr. Josef Mengele, the notorious angel of death. Obsessed with pseudo-scientific theories on heredity, Mengele viewed human beings as specimens. Upon discovering that the family included both people of short stature and average height, he immediately separated them from the general camp population, later absorbing 11 additional relatives who claimed kinship. To keep his test subjects alive for ongoing studying, Mengele instituted a perverse brand of special treatment. He ordered separate, more hygienic living quarters constructed for them. The family was permitted to keep their own clothes, receive better rations, and sleep with proper bedclothes. However, the facade of survival came with strict conditions. The taller family members were forced to physically carry the dwarfs to their testing site, setting the stage for psychological and physical torment. What followed was a campaign of horrific medical experimentation. Mengele's team extracted bone marrow, pulled teeth, and tore out hair searching for markers of hereditary disease. They poured extreme temperatures of water into the family's ears, administered blinding chemical drops, and subjected the women to invasive exams. The youngest, 18-month-old Shimshon Ovitz, endured relentless blood extractions from his ears and fingers. Amidst this, the family watched in terror as the newly arrived dwarfs were murdered and boiled so their skeletons could be archived for a museum. Convinced every day would be their last, the Ovitz family lived under the constant shadow of execution once Mengele's experiments were concluded. Yet, against all odds, they survived. On January 27th, 1945, Auschwitz was liberated by the Red Army. The family was escorted to the Soviet Union, spending time in a refugee camp before finally securing their freedom and telling their extraordinary story of survival to the world. Today, we honor and remember the Ovitz family of Auschwitz.
Voices of the margins. Bearing witness to what history tried to erase.